Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, it's another review. I feel like I enjoy doing reviews much more than your typical tutorials because I feel like I'm helping you guys make the right decision where to spend your money and the right products to buy. So forgive me if I'm doing more reviews. Not that I've given up on the tutorials. I am going to do the tutorials. I'm still doing the tutorials, so please bear with me. Unlike the last review that I did, this review is actually on an eyeshadow palette, and this is the eyeshadow palette. This is the Morphe 15S Social Butterfly Artistry palette, and it comes in a box that looks like this. And before I continue with this video, let me give a shout out to the sponsors of this video. Yet again, it's Thebeauty&Bodyshop that are sponsoring this video. Just like the last video on the Fenty Beauty foundation, they also asked me to do another review, but this time on an eyeshadow palette. So we're just gonna open it up. Inside this palette, it comes in these I don't know what you call this. I like to think they are popping plastic. It's a plastic. You know how when we were kids, we used to like to pop these plastics because they have like some small bubbles in them. I don't know. Anyway, we're not going to spend more time in reliving our childhood memories. This is the palette. This is how it looks. And the inside of the palette comes like this. There's this plastic that covers the shadows, which is pretty standard. You'll find that plastic in most of your eyeshadows when you buy them. So this is the palette. It has 15 shades in it. It has 8 shimmer eyeshadows and 7 matte eyeshadows. So there are more shimmer eyeshadows than matte eyeshadows, just more by one. So I'm not complaining. I don't like it when an eyeshadow palette has more shimmer eyeshadows than mattes, because matte eyeshadows are my favorite shadows. So I'm pretty much biased on that. So it has 8 shimmer eyeshadows and 7 matte eyeshadows, which I'm not really mad about. I don't know why every time I open this palette, my eyes just go straight to these two colors right here, the pink and the purple. I don't know, it just happens. I don't know. It just happens that every time I open this palette, my eyes just shoot straight to these two, and then to the green, and then that's the first 3 colors that I notice every time I open this palette. And then the other eyeshadows, is like they are invisible to my eye. But anyway, let's not waste time on what I like and what my mind does. Sometimes it just plays its little tricks. In this video, I'm gonna do a little swatch for you guys so you see how pigmented these colors are. This is not a first impressions, it's a review and not a first impressions, because I have used this palette before. I have used it in the last look, the last foundation review that I did for the Fenty Beauty foundation. That's one of the looks that I did using this eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna create some looks with this eyeshadow, so that I think I'm gonna do 4 looks. I'm gonna do 2 looks in this video, and then at the end I'm gonna insert 2 other fast tutorials of the other 2 looks. So in total, I'm going to do 4 looks for you guys using this palette. And before we move on to the swatching, let me also show you guys the mirror. It also has this big mirror, like the whole top side has this big mirror. So that's really, and it's a pretty good mirror. It's actually an original. I don't know how to explain it, but all I can say it's actually a pretty standard mirror where you can look at yourself. You can actually use this mirror for a lot of things. Unlike other palettes that bring like a little tiny mirror just here at the center of the palette, you know. But this is like a full mirror, standard mirror, yeah, you know. So that's another thing that I love about this palette. And the names of the eyeshadow, like it said, it's a 15S Social Butterfly. They got their names from social media hashtags. They're using hashtags The names of the colors actually start with the hashtags. For example, the first one is hashtag now trending. The second one is hashtag late gram. This is hashtag ad. That's more of a nude eyeshadow color. And this is hashtag bay, hashtag makeover. And anyway, we'll go through all the colors as I'll be doing the swatching. So let's move on to the swatches. Alright you guys, so moving on to the swatches, I'm going to use my arm to do the swatching. So we are going to start off with now trending. So we're going to swatch out now trending. So this is how now trending looks. And then it's a shimmer eyeshadow. And then we are going to move on to hashtag late gram. So this is hashtag late gram. And then we're going to move on to hashtag ad. That looks like that. It's like, it has kind of like a brown nudish look. Next we are going to move on to hashtag bay. Hashtag bay is kind of a pinkish magenta like shimmer. And then we're going to hashtag makeover. So that's hashtag makeover. Oh, I love it. Wow, that's so pigmented. It's a matte, it's a maroon, kind of reddish kind of maroon. And then let's move on and start trying out some looks using some of these colors. We're not going to use all of them. We are going to use just some of them. Alright guys, so I went ahead and did this eye and left out this so that we can actually create our nude or our neutral look on this eye for demonstration purposes. What we're going to do is we're going to create this on this using the Morphe eyeshadow palette. And this is the neutral or the nude look that I was referring to, the first look that I'll be creating. First of all, I'm going to prime my eye, and the primer that I'm using is the one by P. Louise Base, and this is in the shade Rumor number 4. And we're just going to apply a little bit on my eyelid, and I'm just going to blend it out with a flat brush. So I'm just going to finish up the blending using this concealer. It's a concealer blending brush from this brand. It's called Mange. I don't know how to pronounce that. So it's Mange or Mange. I'm just going to put it on the screen, the name on the screen, so that you guys can see it. And you can pronounce it however you want to pronounce it. So this is one of my favorite brushes from this brand for blending concealer. So I would totally recommend this if you want to get one for yourselves. Alright then, now that I have my P. Louise base, my eyeshadow base done, I'm going to go into the eyeshadow palette, and the first using this fluffy brush, and the first color that I'm going to pick, hashtag late gram, is this peachy color right here, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. And then tap off the excess, and I'm just going to go into my crease. I'm just going to blend it out. The crease shade doesn't have to be perfect, because it's just like a base for the other eyes. It's just laying the base for the other eyeshadows to go on smoothly. So I don't have to make it perfect. Alright, so the next color that I'm going to go in with from the palette is hashtag ad. And the brush that I'll be using is this flat, fluffy, not really flat, it's fluffy. It's actually a crease brush. So what I'm gonna do basically here, after the crease or the transition color, I'm gonna just go and try to deepen the crease. So for that, we need a smaller brush, and we need a slightly darker color than the first color that we used. So we are using #add. So I'm just gonna dip in there, tap the brush, remove the excess eyeshadow, and I'm just going to look down and go slightly beneath the first color that I used. So I'm going to place this color right here. So starting at the outer corner, I'm just going to go in and blend using the remainder of the eyeshadow which is on the brush. You can go into the palette and take more color if you want to, until you get the desired blend or the desired shading. What I like about this eyeshadow is that it doesn't have fallout, especially with the shimmers, because the mattes actually, when you dip into the mattes, they actually leave kind of like some residue, some powdery residue. At first I was really scared that I'm going to experience fallout. This is where your eyeshadow, when you're applying eyeshadow, you have like a bit of eyeshadow falling on your cheek, because I've already done my foundation, so I was a bit worried if I was going to have fallout, it was going to be a problem. But if you experience fallout with any eyeshadow and you've already done your base, your foundation, the best way to correct that is to first take your setting powder and then just bake under your eyes, and then you go ahead with your eyeshadow application. Afterwards, if you experience some fallout, that fallout will be all over the powder, the setting powder that you put under your eye, so that when you dust it off, it easily just comes off. So that's one way of solving the problem of fallout. The easiest is to just, before you, if you know you're going to use shimmer eyeshadow that's going to fall out, the best thing to do is to just, do your eyes first, then you just finish up with your foundation. So you going back to the big fluffy blending brush that I used at first with the first shade, I'm just going to blend these two together. All right, I feel like the color, the crease color, the second shade, darker shade I've used, has been soaked off a bit by the blending that I was just doing. So I'm just going to go inside the palette again into #add using the crease brush, and I'm just going to go back and deepen the color even more. And we are going to go in with the shimmer like I used on this side. So the shimmer that I'm using is this first color right here called #NowTrending. Alright, so to apply that, I use this flat brush. So it's a very beautiful color. I love it. Okay, the fallouts that I'm experiencing are so minimal. If I use a brush and just do that, they're actually coming off. So I'm gonna go in with a big fat blending brush that I used at the beginning, and I'm just gonna blend above this eyeshadow. So going in with the second shadow, #add, I'm just going to deepen the outer corners of my eye to give it that transition, and I'm just going to bring it in front just to blend everything. Finally, again, I'm going to blend using the big fluffy brush. There's a lot of blending when it comes to eyeshadow application, you guys, so you have to be patient. All right, so that's it. That's the look. I'm just gonna apply eyeliner and some lashes off camera, and I'm gonna come back with the final look. So this is the finished look for the first look, because I'm going to come back and do another look for you guys on camera, a more bright and colorful one. So without further ado, let's just move forward and check out my next look that I have for you guys. So you guys, so this is the second look that I promised you in this review of the Morphe eyeshadow palette, the 15S Social Butterfly palette. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video as I was doing the demo. Overall, I'm sure you guys have actually noticed that I actually like this palette. I really did. The eyeshadows, especially the mattes, are just highly pigmented. As you can see, you guys, this is the green eyeshadow. They're just so highly pigmented, and the shimmer eyeshadows are just they're so like classy. They have this classy look. And there's nothing much I'm going to say, nothing bad I'm going to say about this palette. Overall, I really loved it, and I hope you guys did too. So if you're looking for one, please get yourself one at the Beauty&Bodyshop. This shop is located in Blantyre in the Apollo Arcade building behind Livingstone Pharmacy, and the shop number is number 8B. So I hope you guys go and get yourself one before they run out. All right, and well, that's all I'm gonna say about this palette. I really enjoyed it. There's nothing much I'm gonna say, nothing bad I'm gonna say about this palette. I really loved it. And in terms of fallout, like I explained in the review when I was doing the first look, was that most shimmer eyeshadows will fall out, and in this case I did have a little bit of fallout, but it wasn't really that intense. So I already explained to you guys what to do if you have an eyeshadow palette and the shimmers in that eyeshadow palette actually fall out. You experience a lot of fallout with that palette. I explained to you what to do. But if you get yourself the Morphe 15S Social Butterfly palette, you won't have those problems. Overall, I love this eyeshadow palette. I recommend. If you find time, please make sure you get yourself one and play around. There's so many colors. 15 colors are a lot to me. They're a lot to play around. And the colors that are in this eyeshadow palette, actually, you can either use alone, or you can combine the colors and come up with a very pretty eyeshadow look. Or you can use these eyeshadows on their own. Maybe do a smoky eye, black eye, maybe do a smoky purple eye, do a smoky pink eye, do a smoky green eye. It's all up to you. And that's it. We've come to the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me, and share this video with your friends. And don't forget where you are going to get your Morphe palette, and the Fenty Beauty foundation is none other than the Beauty&Bodyshop. Before I leave you, I promised you 2 other looks that I'm going to show you at the end of this video. Those 2 looks, I'm not going to do any voiceovers. They're just going to be fast videos of how 2 other looks I'm gonna create besides this look and the first look that I showed you guys. So yeah, enjoy those 2 looks, and hope to see you next time. It's bye bye.
you.